There's a necessity as we approach these times of change and these times of a certain amount of fear to understand that where this comes from is our being and our consciousness. And that's the level at which we need to address external reality on. Part of Rewilding Consciousness is about opening ourselves up to a way of perceiving the world which isn't about how we use our senses, although it appears to be on the surface. Is actually about how our brain and consciousness is functioning behind the senses. We live in a reductive world. Our normal mode of using our attention and our consciousness is reductive. So this is a process that actually allows our awareness to open up and expand and engender a direct perception of reality, something that stops filtering all the awesomeness that is actually out there that we usually choose not to notice. Humans living in a modern world, we have been trained to function in a way that limits our capacity to perceive, that creates in and of itself a level of fight or flight, a level of high alert, a level of feeling as if we are being pulled all over the place and our attention no longer belongs to ourselves. So the relevance of this work is not just to connect us to nature and to be able to feel to a much greater degree the essence that lies behind nature and the fact that we ourselves are nature, which is one thing, but it is to allow us to bring that feeling and that capacity for an altered perception, a heightened perception, into our modern lives, into the jungles that we move through, both social and urban, in a way that allows us to feel that we are still connected to nature and still are nature despite the environments that we usually inhabit. As Apache Scout Guild is in essence a set of mechanisms and practices that assist us in opening up our awareness to what we might loosely call our extra senses, the capacity to sense and see and feel the world around us in a way that goes beyond our physical senses. Shamanic journey, and specifically in the way that I run it, is about energetic rearrangements. We go through a process during the journey that is extremely personal and relevant to the individual, but part of that process is not just about getting messages, as journeying can frequently be. It is actually about undergoing an experience, just as we would in the quote-unquote real world, and having an energetic rearrangement, a shift, a change, a transformation occur because of that experience, and further to then bring that out of the journey space, out of the spirit world, and bring it through our bodies as an embodied experience into the way that we move in the environment. So the journey will be followed by an experience that occurs outside that hell's ground and bring what has just been experienced in a very real way into our own bodies and into the way that we relate to the world around us. People will come away from this course with a sense of greater connection to themselves, greater capacity to have an awareness of the beauty that we live in on a daily basis, and a capacity to function more fully and more freely within whatever flow of life it is that each individual has to go back to.